say, I'm going to suggest to you a reading text plus a set of comprehension questions which you normally get when you sit for an exam. So it's a reading comprehension section, right? Now, first of all, when you get the exam papers in your hands, of course, the first thing you do is to have a general look at the paper, of course, including the text as well as the questions. Now, the first thing we're going to do now is have a look at the text, the comprehension text. Here is the title, right? First paragraph of the text, second paragraph of the text, third paragraph, fourth paragraph, and of course, as you can see, it's a four paragraph long text, and you have a set of questions. Now, you read comprehension, and then you are told to base all your answers on the text. That is to say, you are going to look at the text, read the questions, and then find answers to the questions from the text. Okay, this is why you have this instruction: base all your answers on the text. Now, here are the questions we're going to work on today. This is the first set. Don't worry for the moment, please. We're going to return to the questions as well as to the text and try to find answers to all of them. That's the first set. This is the second set, right, of questions. This is the third comprehension task, third comprehension exercise. This is exercise number 4. It's a comprehension exercise, of course. And this is the last and fifth comprehension exercise. Usually, you have from 1 to 5 or to 6 comprehension texts in the baccalaureate. Right. Now, once you take a general look at the text, as well as on the questions you have, now the first thing you do is, of course, have a general reading of the text. Are you ready? Now, let's go together and read the text. Of course, it's the title. It's called Water Desalination. That's the title of the text. First paragraph. Desalination, desalinization, or desalinization refers to any of several processes that remove excess salt and other minerals from water. More generally, desalination may also refer to the removal of salts and minerals, as in soil desalination. Okay. Water is desalinated in order to convert salt water to fresh water, so it is suitable for human consumption or irrigation. Sometimes the process produces table salt as a byproduct. It is used on many seagoing ships and submarines. Most of the modern interest in desalination is focused on developing cost-effective ways of providing fresh water for human use in regions where the availability of fresh water is limited. Large-scale desalination typically uses extremely large amounts of energy as well as specialized, expensive infrastructure, making it very costly compared to the use of fresh water from rivers and or groundwater. The large energy reserves of many Middle Eastern countries, along with their relative water scarcity, have led to extensive construction of desalination in this region. By mid-2007, Middle Eastern desalination construction accounted for close to 75% of total world capacity. The world's largest desalination plant is the Jebel Ali desalination plant, phase 2, in the United Arab Emirates. It is capable of producing 300 million cubic meters of water per year. By comparison, the largest desalination plant in the United States is located in Tampa Bay, Florida, which began desalinating 95,000 cubic meters of water per day in December 2007. Worldwide, 13,080 desalination plants produce more than 12 billion gallons of water a day, according to the International Desalination Association. So this is the first general reading of the text. Now, of course, we move on to first focused reading. Now, what is focused reading? That is to say, we're going to have a look at the question we have, then we're going to go back to the text and try to find out the answer. Sometimes in focused reading, we don't need to read the whole text, just enough reading which helps us to find the answer. Now, let's look at the first set of questions. It says, answer these questions. First question, how is desalination defined? Okay, now let's go to the text where we can find the answer. Please look at the highlighted words in the text. That is to say, the words in green. Let's read. Desalination refers to any of several processes that remove excess salt and other minerals from water. So that is the definition of desalination. So here is the answer. The question is, how is desalination defined? Answer, desalination refers to any of several processes that remove excess salt and other minerals from water. So this is the answer for question number 1. Question number 2. What is the byproduct of desalination? Please remember, we're doing only focused reading. That is to say, we read only the part of the text which will help us find the answer. Now let me take you to the part of the text where we can find the answer. Please, as usual, look at the highlighted words in green. Sometimes the process produces table salt as a byproduct. So the answer is, okay, what is the byproduct of desalination? The answer is table salt is the byproduct of desalination. That is the salt we use when we eat at a table, when we are at a table. Now, question number 3. What are the 2 natural sources of fresh water? Of course, we have the answer in the text. But of course, we're going to read only part of the text where we can find the answer. Now, let's go. Right? Same thing, please. Don't read the whole paragraph. Just go directly to the part of the paragraph which gives you the answer. Here we have fresh water from rivers or groundwater. So we have got the answer. Okay, the question was, what are the 2 natural sources of fresh water? The answer is as simple as that: rivers and groundwater. Okay. Now we get to the last question of this first set. How much water is desalinated worldwide, all over the world? Remember, we can get the answer very easily from the text if you go directly to the part of the text which gives us the answer. To help you, let me take you to this part of the text. Please don't read the whole paragraph. Just look with me at those highlighted words in green. Shall we read that? Okay, let's go. Worldwide, 13,080 desalination plants produce more than 12 billion gallons of water a day. So we've got the answer. So we've got to stop and write down our answer. Here is the question. Once more. How much water is desalinated worldwide? The answer? More than 12 billion gallons of water a day. See? Okay. When we do focused reading, we save time, of course, and energy. Now we come to the second focused reading. That is to say, we read the text for a second time in order to do a second task. And the task is fill in each blank with a word from the text. This exercise is called close summary exercise. Now we're going to read the text, at least the part we want to read, then pick up a word to put in that blank. In agriculture, desalinated water is used for. We have a blank where we have to put one word. Okay, it's there. Please, let's read the first sentence of the paragraph. Water is desalinated in order to convert salt water to fresh water so it is suitable for human consumption or irrigation. So, in agriculture, desalinated water is used for agriculture. Good. Fine. Second item. Desalination requires enough energy, to say petrol, gas, electricity, and special something. Okay? We've got to find a word from the text to complete that, to fill that gap. Now, let me take you to the paragraph where we have the answer. Please, if you don't mind, let's read the first sentence. Large-scale desalination typically uses extremely large amounts of energy as well as specialized, expensive infrastructure. So we've got the answer. Now we stop, we go back and write the sentence. Okay? Desalination requires enough energy and specialized infrastructure. That's very good. The last item. Much of water is desalinated in Middle Eastern word. Okay, you need a word from the text to complete this sentence. Now, as I told you before, this is focused reading. That is to say, we go directly to the part of the text where we can find the answer without wasting our time and energy reading the whole text. Let me read the sentence for you. The large energy reserves of many Middle Eastern countries, along with their relative water scarcity, have led to the extensive construction of desalination in this region. So we need the word countries, of course. So the sentence reads, much of water is desalinated in Middle Eastern countries. All right? Now finished with second task, second reading, second focused reading. Please, let's go to the third focused reading. And before that, let's look at the exercise. It says, fill in the chart with the right information from the text. It's a table, of course. We're going to complete the table. Now, on the left, you have desalination plant. You've got Jebel Ali, Tampa Bay. Of course, to find the location, that is to say where. Where is the Jebel Ali and Tampa Bay? And column 2, you have to find the information about production capacity. That is to say, read the text, find the location of these plants, and number 2, write down the production capacity of each plant. Okay? Here is paragraph. Okay, please, let's read the whole paragraph. The world's largest desalination plant is the Jebel Ali desalination plant, phase 2, in the United Arab Emirates. It is capable of producing 300 million cubic meters of water per year. By comparison, the largest desalination plant in the United States is located in Tampa Bay, Florida, which began desalinating 95,000 cubic meters of water per day. Right, now we have the information which will help us complete the table. You've got to stop, go back to the table, and of course, put in the right information. All right. So, Jebel Ali, of course, is in the United Arab Emirates. Right. Production capacity, 300 million cubic meters per year. Right? Now, Tampa Bay, where is it? Of course, it is in the United States. How much water does it produce? it produces 95,000 cubic meters per day. Right? Remember, this is a transformation infer task, which means we transform the information from textual form to a table form. It's a chart. All right. Now we've got a fourth focused reading task. We're going to read text for the first time, and of course we're going to focus on doing an exercise. Here is the exercise. It's called a pronoun reference exercise, and the question is, what do the underlined words in the text refer to? Now the word is it, the first one. Look, right? It is underlined there. Okay, please, let's read from sometimes. Sometimes the process produces table salt as a byproduct. It is used on many sea ships and submarines. Now what does it refer to in this paragraph? Yes, good. It refers to table salt. Okay. Now the answer. What do the underlined words refer to in the text? Now it refers to table. So this is the way you normally write your answers on your exam paper. Number two, there. Now what does there in the text refer to? Now let's go to the paragraph and find there. As you can see, there is underlined in red. So the question is, what does there refer to? Please, let's read from the large in the middle of the paragraph. The large energy reserves of many Middle Eastern countries, along with their relative water scarcity. Very good. It refers to Middle Eastern countries. So there refers to Middle Eastern countries. Fine. Now here is, okay, please, here is the way you write your answer. There refers to Middle Eastern countries. Okay? Now we've got one more word, which. Now what does which refer to in the text? First, let's go to the text and find which. As you can see, which is there. It's underlined in red. Please, let me read, starting from by comparison. Can you see it? By comparison, the largest desalination plant in the United States is located in Tampa Bay, Florida, which began desalinating 95,000 cubic meters per day. Did you find it? Good. Which refers to Tampa Bay. That's very good. Now the question, what do the underlined words in the text refer to? So for number 3, which refers to Tampa Bay. So we're finished with the task number 4, and we've done focused reading number 4. Now we come to the last and 5th focused reading. That is to say, we have to read the text and do this task. It says, find in the text words that mean the opposite of. Now sometimes you're asked to find synonyms. Thus this time we're going to look for opposites, antonyms. Number 1 is particularly, specifically. Where is that? It's in paragraph 1. Now let's go to paragraph 1. Same thing, please. Look at the word in green. It's the answer to our question. More generally. So the opposite of particularly, specifically is generally. Right? Specifically, particularly, opposite is generally. Next item, cheap. Now what is the opposite of cheap in paragraph 3? Now let's go to paragraph 3. Please remember, this is a focused reading. Don't read the whole text. Just read the paragraph, at least the part of the paragraph which gives you the answer. You can see it there, expensive. Another opposite is costly. So the answer, cheap, paragraph 3. Opposite, expensive, costly. Right? So that's the end of today's session. Thank you very much for paying your attention. I hope you enjoyed the session. Surely I'll meet you once again for a new session. Until that time, thank you very much. Bye-bye.